YouTube, this is Robert Ness 816, and we got some repairs going on in the old shop here. So nothing really too major. I have a Genesis AC adapter that I recapped, so that's the large filtering cap that I replaced. We'll see if I have any spares here on hand or ones that I've taken out. So this is one from from another AC adapter that I've removed already. So these are, I don't know, they're technically still good, but they're just, they're 20 years old, so, and they're easy enough to replace, so I figured, you know what, screw it, whatever. There's no point in being stingy, especially if you're going to use this stuff a lot, so I like these old power bricks. They're certainly a lot better than the crappy ones that you buy on eBay and stuff like that, the new ones that use really, really crappy components, unfortunately. These are built to last, and they're fantastic. So, so yeah, brand new filtering cap in here. This is good to 105 degrees Celsius, and these were good to I think 85 degrees Celsius. So it exceeds the the required specifications for what the original capacitor was. So it's fine. This one I believe is 20 volts. 25 volts actually at 3300 microfarads, and this one is what is this one? 16 volts at 3300 microfarads. Focus. So a little bit of glue on there, but yeah. So whatever. And then I got the shell to that power supply just drying off now. Cleaned all the dust off of it and everything. Cleaned all the dust off of the power supply itself. Kind of odd because I've never seen one of these with a weld on it. And that's whatever, no idea. So yeah, that's drying off, the shell is. And I have a Famicom here. So I got a Famicom for free. I also got this for free too, which is pretty neat. So, so this Famicom, when I got it, it was not working. And now it is actually working. So the problem here was that the main capacitor in it popped, and it was actually smoking when I got it. So I replaced that capacitor with a newer one, so it's actually smaller than the original capacitor. The voltage regulator is fine. And while I was testing this thing, I learned that this does not have a AC to DC converter built into the board like our NES console does. So when I plugged in a NES AC adapter to this thing, the AC adapter itself was actually making a buzzing noise, so I quickly unplugged it. And at first I thought my AC adapter was bad, but I tested it in my NES console and it was fine. So I did a quick look online, and I found out that these need a unique AC adapter to the Famicom. So yeah, I discovered that, and these Genesis AC adapters actually work for the Famicom. Although I'm not going to be using this on the Famicom, it's just one for myself. But yeah, so I'm going to use this power adapter on here just to test it out and play some games with it. So I replaced that capacitor. I replaced the thermal compound behind the voltage regulator, the 7805. And one of the things that's actually funny and amusing to me is just look at the simplicity to the board here in this thing compared to our American NES console. I mean, it is, even at the top loader, this is smaller than the top loader's board. And this came out before our NES console did. So why the top loader needs to use such a drastically different design compared to the Famicom is beyond me, but it is a much more simplified design, and on top of that, the picture quality out of the RF unit is much better than the picture quality that we get out of our top loader NES. So, I guess Nintendo screwed up with our version of the top loader. Which is a shame, but that's just how it is. But I like the front loader better anyways. So here's the controllers, and this is controller 1, and you can see this console really didn't get a whole lot of use. Really not a whole lot of use on this particular system. This is controller 1, by the way. Usually with these, this centerpiece here will be completely eaten away, and these little contacts here will be kind of like eroded, but I'm not really seeing any of that. And this is controller 2 over here with the microphone. And look at that, like no use at all. Look at that thing. So that is pretty crazy there. I mean, you can see the volume switch was used a little bit back and forth, but I don't think this was used much. So, and then here's the button membranes for controller 2, and they're pretty much like new. All nice and kind of pretty looking. This actually, I haven't even cleaned these because I really didn't even need it. Look at that. So, really nice shape. So, and then you got the screws over here. These, I believe, are the screws for controller 2, and they're all nice and silver still. So, yeah. Now, you would think, after showing you that, that the console would be nice and clean, but unfortunately, no, it's not. So, let's go take a look at that real quick. Yeah. It's basically like every Famicom system I've ever seen on the internet, where they're all this disgusting color of yellow here, and it is a shame. This is controller 1, the membranes for it, and you can see they're a little bit yellowed from I guess people's sweat or whatever getting in there, but not in terrible condition. So not really worn, everything still feels great. And the buttons here are actually in fantastic shape too. Usually these are all like scored up and stuff on the sides, and you know, I'm not seeing any of that. So they are like, you know, hardly used. So nice having clean stuff, it really is. I don't like touching someone's fucking crap, their skin debris. So this is a piece of plastic that came off of the side when I was cleaning it. Came off of there, so I'll glue that back on. This shell I am going to attempt to bleach once the weather gets better. It also chipped up there when I took the cover off, and I was careful to push the cartridge cover over to the side as much as possible before removing it, and it still came off. So I don't think these have bromine in the plastic or anything. I guess they just get weak, you know, from age or whatever. So it is a shame, but that's just what happens with these. I mean, it even faded under the eject slider there too, which is just like, what the fuck. But I guess it's just the nature of Nintendo plastic as it gets older. I've never seen this with anything made by like Sega or NEC or anything like that, so I guess it's just the plastic that Nintendo used. One thing that's interesting though is the plastic on this thing is freaking heavy though. This is some thick stuff. And of course the this deep sort of like reddish colored plastic here, maroon or whatever you want to call it, is perfect. It's not, doesn't feel brittle or anything like that, so I guess it must just be with their white plastic or white ABS plastic or whatever this is. I don't think it's ABS, it doesn't say it on there, but yeah. So that's really it. So I'll clean this thing up, and hopefully you guys will see a little video of it working. Okay, so before I button up the Famicom here, I figured I'd just show you guys the inside of it one last time, and you can see how everything kind of attaches to the top of it instead of the bottom. So just kind of a real, I guess, odd way of building something or whatever. But yeah, you know, kind of interesting. See how it all goes back together and stuff. The only thing I don't like is this cartridge ejection mechanism, because it's kind of I don't know, it's not easy to use like the Super Nintendo one, but other than that, you know, whatever. It is what it is. So let's throw it back together and try it out. Okay, guys, so we got the family computer here up and running. I'm testing it out with this multi-cart, and something that was happening is if you can still hear it, this buzzing sound that's pretty annoying. I don't know if this is supposed to be with the Famicom or whatever, but apparently the microphone in controller 2 is always on. So I have it turned down, and you're just hearing like noise right now from the microphone. So if I turn the volume up, you can hear the TV does that. And I can tap into it, and if I put the phone closer to my TV, you can hear me talking into the Famicom. Like this. So I'm talking into the Famicom, and it's a pretty crappy microphone. And regardless of what game I'm playing, the microphone is always on. Woohoo! Probably not good, but that's how it is. So I got a free Famicom, and I'm gonna talk into this little shitty microphone for the rest of the goddamn video. So no, I'm not gonna do that. So I don't know why that is, but this thing's on all the time. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be, but it is, and that's it. But it works. The reset button on it works. Power switch works. Obviously, the eject button works. I'm using it with this multi-cart at the moment, which has a whole bunch of games on it, which is pretty neat. I don't know, it works. And then this is the game that I got with it, which is like some type of puzzle game that I can't understand for the life of me. But you know, it works, and obviously it's going to make that buzzing sound. Such a happy game. I don't know what I'm doing with this game. So this one, I'm just, you know, okay, I selected that. That's my name in Japanese. I've selected I guess. I don't know. Selecting that guy. Sure. Okay. Sure. Why not? Okay. Hey, let's do that. Okay, so it's a guessing game now. We're all guessing what's inside of the package. All right. So here's Grandpa. So happy. I don't care. No, all right. Yep. Don't know what it's saying. Yeah. Cleaned up nice though. It really did. That little chip on the side there, I glued back. It's right over here. I don't really know how well you can see that, but you know, whatever. And then we have the little chipperoonie over here from when I took out the door. So this plastic is brittle. It's not the best type of stuff here, but you know, I don't know that for sure. It's 30 years old, so whatever. So this is more gameplay. So I don't know what I'm doing with this game. I just know to hit the top one, and then we do this, and that happens. Oh, and I have to hit A again to stop it. And then I move 5 spaces, I guess. Right? Okay, let's go. So, you know, you got the creepy little Japanese kid there. This is so 80s. Oh, she looks angry. Did I mess up? I think I messed up. No idea. So we're just, there's another person that goes, and it just keeps going like that. So I'm assuming that you buy stuff here after you rack up points. So, this is so 80s, my god. There's one thing that Japanese are really good at. It's pretty much capturing a specific time period in their games, and yeah, pretty cool. Another thing that's funny is if you're looking at this, the video quality on this Famicom system here is a million times better than what you would get out of a top loader. There are sort of very faint jail bars, hardly noticeable really, but they're, I mean, just the picture quality is night and day better than what our top loader is. So I'm just playing. I'm actually just pushing the A button here for when I need to, you know, go. But So that's it. I don't know. So I have my Genesis console out here just because when I first plugged in the system, it was making that buzzing sound, and usually that buzzing sound is caused by a bad capacitor. And usually I associate that buzzing sound with a bad cap in the power supply here, which is what I just replaced. So I don't know if that cap was defective, but it was not producing that buzzing sound in my Genesis, only in this. And that's when I got the bright idea that there's something up with this microphone. Like it's on when it's probably not supposed to be or something. I don't know. When I was testing out this system, it was, turn it off. When I was testing out this system, it wasn't making any of those noises because I did not have this controller hooked up. But now it is, and it's making that noise, and I don't know. I don't know how that's how it's supposed to work, but apparently it's on all the time. So this console actually was making a buzzing sound out of the back where that capacitor exploded. So with it, the main filtering cap blew up, but seems to be good now. It's working and everything like that. It whatever, it does what it's supposed to do. But yeah, that's my Famicom, my free family computer, and I have to give this multi-cart back to my buddy once I play the hell out of it. But yeah, free is free, and I love free stuff. Till next time, guys, this is Robert Ness, 816. See ya.